Yes, sir. Welcome back to another Chop or Die film session. I am your host of the Chop or Die podcast, Jamal Fortune. We're gonna break down Johnny Newton on this film session, man. Washington's first second round pick out of the University of Illinois. I'm excited to see what Johnny can bring. This is one of those players who's gonna do wonders for John Allen, Deron Payne, and it sucks that he's coming into the league where understanding he's underwent two foot surgeries, one on each foot, and hopefully at this point he is available by training camp. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But on this film session, you're not going to see many negatives. We may produce another one later in the offseason where we can kind of dive even further into him. But right now, it was pretty good. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and tap into it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Johnny Newton film session coming up right now. All right, so for the first one and for this entire order and series for Newton, we're going to look at what he can do from a few alignments, right? I think one of the things that he brings is some versatility in terms of where he can bring or create mismatches for the Washington's defensive front. Right now we're looking at interior. We're looking at where number 63 is for Wisconsin. He is the shaded nose tech or zero technique, shaded nose tackle for the Illini. And let's go ahead and kind of look at what he does well on this rep. First and foremost, right, let's kind of talk about how he's crossing the formation, right? He shows some good athleticism just naturally alone, right? Scraping over top of that center and then getting over into the B gap of the guard. But with that being good, right, now you're talking about an engagement where the offensive lineman, right, is attacking his inside shoulder, Newton's inside shoulders, right? But Newton and what good defensive linemen do and what they're aware of and how they can really win reps is how they can use their own hands, right? How they can fight in an engagement like this, right? And I think one of the biggest things that you're seeing right here is where his hands are, attacking the offensive lineman's wrist, controlling that forearm wrist area, right? Once you can get a control of that, you can kind of get that man off you and get him off balanced. So that's the one thing. But now you're talking about a defensive lineman who's able to turn the corner in which he is and finish the play like that. So I think that's really good. Just understanding, one, how he's able to utilize himself on cross formation movements, but also knowing where his hands should be when he's in an engagement. All right, now you're going to see Newton as a 3-tech, right, in between that tackle and the guard. This one, you're seeing it utilize just a speed rush from his perspective, right? Blowing past the offensive lineman, but also using his arms and using his hands to clear that initial punch from the guard as he turns the corner or tries to turn the corner. The quarterback bails out the pocket, but he's able to finish the play. But the speed rush is in this package as well. He has a good changeup, and I think you'll see that moving forward. We got a couple more plays to show you some other instances where he can really change up his game. He has a pretty good toolbox in his rush plan. Okay, so now you're looking at him as a 3-tech. This isn't a pure power rush, but you can see the upper body play strength in terms of how he controls an engagement, right? Now, you saw what he did to the right guard, 74, earlier in the film session, right? But now you're seeing the opposite side. He's able to get that offensive lineman off balance as he's beginning to bull rush, right? The offensive lineman isn't able to anchor. He's off balance. And Newton just shoves him aside. Get off me, bruh. I'm on my way to the quarterback. So you see a power rush, but also you see the functional strength that he possesses in a pass rush rep. Now you're seeing him as a 4-eye, kind of a slight shade inside of the offensive tackle, right? But now what you're seeing is we're seeing what? Somewhat of a power rush, slight power rush. You're seeing your speed rush, right? And now you're going to see a different rush as well here. Able to affect the pass in that instance, but somewhat of a speed to power now, right? Getting upfield, but now converting straight. Now that he's able to get hands inside that offensive lineman, right? He goes from converting or trying to slice that gap to going straight into 77's chest. And he has the angle that he wants on the quarterback, just driving back. He gets hands on the quarterback. It's a really good rush, disrupts the timing. I think quarterback ultimately throws it away. All right, so now you get what looks like for me. It's kind of hard to see where the helmet is. It's either a 4-eye, but probably a 4. Either way, like I said, the 4-eye is a slight shade inside of the tackle. But I think he's more heads up on this one. So just a 4-tech, which is heads up over top of an offensive lineman. And the 4-tech is over top of the offensive tackle. And now you're seeing him as a pure edge rush now. You see the good rip move, right? But also one of the things that good edge rushers can do that Johnny Newton possesses is being able to turn that corner, right? Look at his ankles, look at his lower body, right? Everything is in unison in terms of how he's using his upper body, able to clear that edge, but also quickly turn that corner the way he is. That's good play strength to withstand your rush and not get knocked off balance, right? But also good ankle flex. I don't know the right word, but like being able to rotate your ankles and turn your ankles towards the quarterback. It's a really good rush. We're going to watch it one more time and hold without pausing. Really good rep from Johnny Newton. Another example of the swipe in a rip from Johnny Newton and being able to corner, right? He's a 3-tech right here. Again, same thing in between tackle guard, left side. Easy win for him. Another thing that's in his toolbox is how he can get over top of offensive linemen, right? Now, 77 had a little rough day against Johnny. Both interior offensive linemen had rough days against Johnny Newton in the Penn State game. But now you're seeing him get over top of the offensive lineman, right? Like that boy's still falling as I'm recording this. 77 still down. But he shoots his hands pretty early. 77 does. Johnny's able to get a good move. He has that initial quickness that you would like to see from an interior offensive lineman. He has the closing speed that you want from a defensive lineman. All of those are good signs of a person who can make plays on the next level as well. Same thing here with Newton against Wisconsin. Another change up for these offensive linemen to see. Arm over, clear. Now, this was a flag. They called the flag to kick Johnny Newton out the game. But that's after the fact. He made the play. And again, look at his arms. Look at his hands. Excuse me, not his arms. But his hands, he got the good move to get past the offensive lineman initially. Offensive lineman's off balance, right? He's leaning, lunging, extends that hand. Good placement from Newton, right? He's in the right position. He's timed his hands well. Clears it. Is able to get a hit on the quarterback. And right here, you're just going to see pure competitiveness in play speed and pursuit. All of the things you want to see from one of your defensive linemen who never stops moving until the ball is out of the quarterback's hands, right? We talked about him as a looper initially, right? As off of stunts. Now you're seeing him actually execute a stunt. Crossing the formation. Really good rep from Newton, right? Being able to get past that center. Good rep from Johnny Newton. I think Newton is solid in the run game too. I think he does a good job recognizing the block schemes in front of him, and I think that's all the more important. Again, same thing as you're coming into the next level, right? You get to avoid the down block or the pin block. Essentially, it gets outside. You negate Penn State to a yard. Same thing here. Inside zone scheme. You're beating the offensive lineman to the spot, the landmark, but also using your play strength to get that man up off you, bro. Good play strength, got him out the paint, made a play in the backfield. I think you negated, and you make the tackle. I think you negated to like 1 yard, maybe a lost yard. But he don't go nowhere. And then another thing that you like to see from your defensive lineman is the ability to stack and then shed or make a tackle. Like he's controlling that whole engagement, which is really good, right? He's actively tackling the running back while occupying the offensive lineman. That boy is strong. So again, I hope you all enjoyed that film session. Like I said, I didn't have any negatives to share on this one. We may spend the block on Johnny, but I don't think I'm gonna find many negatives in his tape in terms of how he played with the Illini. But at the same time, you kind of see what he's going to bring to the table. He has that versatility. I do think that on the next level, he should probably be more of that 3-tech, have some rotations as a 0 or as a 1, but I don't think he really needs to be further out than the 3-tech. Maybe 4-eye inside that tackle. We kind of saw that alignment, but I don't think, it's good that he plays some versatility with the Illini, but I don't think that would be necessary with Washington. I think that he is a good 3-tech for the Commanders. But you see what he does well, man. He can play good in the run game. He has a toolbox as a pass rusher, man, and it's not an answer that he doesn't have. I think he'll just have to put it together in terms of getting an understanding how players are on the next level, how crafty they are, because everybody's not going to be as inexperienced or or on a lower tier like they were in college. So it all depends on how Johnny Newton is able to develop and process on the next level. So that'll be interesting to see. But you kind of see what he comes with already, which is a solid toolbox as a pass rusher. And I think with that toolbox coming into the NFL, Commanders may have one, man. With all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's going to wrap it up for us on this Trap or Die film session. Till next time, man. Peace.
Trap it down. Trap it down. Trap it down, you gon' trap it down. Trap it down, you gon' trap it down. Damn, set, watch him throw the ball, man. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through 4th and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Die.